Here, and I'm reading Microsoft Service Agreement. This is not a professional advice. I'm not giving assurance professionally. I'm just an amateur, a casual, an enthusiast, want to improve my property, my knowledge, and my and having an adventure using this lens. So again, please, if you have a high stake decision making, please consult that with your professional advisor in relation to the issue. If you are going to remember this information also before you use it for your life, please have a grain of salt and process it again. I'm not giving any assurance here, and I'm so prone to making mistakes, and I'm experimenting or exploring ideas. So some of the theories or hypotheses is not going to be proven by experiment and something like that. Again, please consult with your professional advisor. Some of the stuff could be you thought it is not high stakes, but it could probably be high stakes as well. So again, I cannot micromanage, and I don't want to micromanage your life. So please don't consider me responsible for this. I am giving you unreliable information here upfront. So if you don't want that, just leave this video. I'm continuing on from the previous section, miscellaneous now, 16. This section and section 1, 9 for amounts incurred before the end of these terms, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 18, and those that by their terms apply after the terms end will survive any termination or cancellation of these terms. So let's see what are these. Section 1. Section 1 would be my privacy. It would survive. Section 9. Section 9 would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 software license. No, not software license. Payment terms. Okay, so this would survive the termination of the service, right? The termination of these terms, termination and cancellation, and then all the way 10, 11, 12, 13, all the way to 13. So let's see that software, excuse me guys, software license here. Software license, payment terms here 9, and then this is going to survive. Contracting entity, choice of law, jurisdiction is going to survive, and warranties is going to survive, and then limitation of liability here is going to survive. And what else? So 15 and 18, bonding arbitration 15, and 18 would be not that one, miscellaneous, reservation of rights and feedback, which I haven't read yet. So that would be it. So in summary, privacy is going to survive, software license, payment terms is going to survive 9, and then after that contracting and payment terms, no, it's not going to survive. Payment terms going to survive. I just said that, right? Payment terms and contracting entity, choice of law, jurisdiction, warranties, limitation of liability, and binding arbitration and class action waiver, reservation of rights and feedback. Okay, and those that by their terms apply after the terms end will survive any termination or cancellation of these terms. So they're not just that. They're there are others. Can I say there are others, or there might be others? There are others. We may assign these terms in whole or in part at any time without notice to you. You may not assign your rights or obligation under these terms, or transfer any rights to use the services. This is the entire agreement between you and Microsoft for your use of the services. We may assign these terms in whole or in part at any time without notice to you. You may not assign your rights or obligation under these terms. So they could assign, we could not assign. This is the entire agreement between you and Microsoft for your use of the services. This is the entire agreement. Okay, it's an agreement, guys. If it supersedes any prior agreements between you and Microsoft regarding your use of the services. So not even through marketing, but Microsoft doesn't do marketing like that, right? All parts of these terms apply to the maximum. I don't know. Probably for different for other people, but I in my case, I did not remember having that kind of marketing with Microsoft. And it supersedes any prior agreements between you and Microsoft regarding your use of the services. This is the entire agreement between you and Microsoft for your use of the services. It supersedes any prior agreements between you and Microsoft. All parts of these terms apply to the maximum extent permitted by a relevant law. If a court or arbitrator holds that we can't enforce a part of these terms as written, we may replace those terms with similar terms to the extent enforceable under the relevant law, but the rest of these terms won't change. Section 15G says what happens if parts of Section 15, arbitration and class action waiver, are found to be unenforceable. Section 15G prevails over this section if inconsistent with it. Except for Section 15, arbitration and class action waiver, these terms are solely for your and our benefit. They aren't for the benefit of any other person except for Microsoft's successors and assigns. Assigns is like business combination, not probably. It's like business combination of some sort, and they could give the data to these people who purchased the or business combining. 17 export laws. I'm not being comprehensive, of course. Like I'm so far from being an expert on this. Export laws. You must comply with all domestic and international export laws and regulations that apply to the software and or services, which include restriction on destinations, end users, and end use. For further information on geographic and export restrictions, visit www.microsoft.com. Exporting. This is important. This is to be read. This is to be read. This one. Microsoft.com/exporting. Welcome to the new Microsoft exporting site. Microsoft products and solutions are available broadly in a large number of countries throughout the world. Although Microsoft cannot provide advice on export matters, you will find on this website information you may need in order to export Microsoft products. Microsoft attests that the following ECCN data is accurate. Wow, and complete, and interested parties are entitled to rely upon such representations. Learn more about exporting basics, exporting overview, frequently asked question, mass market. Look up an export control classification number, Schedule B number, or HS code for an exported product. Exporting overview. Microsoft technologies, products, and services are subject to U.S. export rules, known as Export Administration Regulations, EAR, and enforced by U.S. Department of Commerce, Bureau of Industry and Security. So I've seen this before, and for countries, for example, like uh, North Korea, or country that were banned by the US. We're not supposed to be um, like delivering the software um, or or the site or the product to that country, or downloading in that country, even, yeah, something like that. But something like that, I'm not, again, I'm not I'm just exploring here. I could be wrong. And then probably I am half right and half wrong as well. So that could be dangerous. Next, additionally, both the Department of Treasury and the Department of State regulate and control other types of export related technology and product transfers and transactions. The Office of Foreign Assets Control, OFAC, of the U.S. Department of the Treasury administers and enforces economic sanctions against certain countries and regimes, terrorists, and other threats to U.S. national security, foreign policy, or economic interests. It is Microsoft's policy to comply with EAR OFAC rules and the International Wassenaar Arrangement. What is that? And to proceed with the proper classification of its products and services, which results in the determination of an ECCN, Export Control Classification Number, so that Microsoft products can be easily and readily exported to non-embargoed destination while maintaining a high level of compliance. Microsoft software products either are not subject to the EAR, thus not in on the Commerce Control List and have no ECCN, or they are EAR99 or are 5D992 mass market eligible for self-classification by Microsoft, and may be exported to non-embargoed countries without a license as no license required, NLR. Wait a minute. Microsoft software products either are not subject to the EAR. Where's the or? Either this or that, right? What is this? Microsoft software product either are not either in relation to this. Yes, it is Microsoft policy. Okay, a few of the products have an ECCN assigned that may or may not require a license, and one should consult the EAR or legal counsel to determine the appropriate license type and eligible countries for export purposes. Without limitation, parties acquiring software from Microsoft are responsible. This is at the end of the day, guys, for obtaining all licenses or other approvals necessary for downloading or transfer of the software. Right? So downloading is transfer of a software, and they are exporting or use of the service. A party may not transfer the software or services without U.S. government permission to anyone on the U.S. Treasury Department list of specially designated nationals. A party may not transfer the software or services without U.S. government permission to anyone on the U.S. Treasury Department list of specifically designated national, including the government of Iran, government of Cuba, prohibited members of the Cuban Communist Party, or on the U.S. Commerce Department denied persons list, entity list, or unverified list, or on the U.S. State Department the barred list or non-proliferation list, see Commerce list to check, or for use with the chemical or biological weapons, sensitive nuclear end users or missiles to deliver them. So please don't use it for that. And we don't want any failures or something that could put the world in a pandemic, right? What is this commercial? Why is there a commercial here? Wow, what the? Am I using a malware? It doesn't supposed to have a commercial like that. That is weird. That is not supposed to be like that. List of parties of concern. My phone could be my phone may be bypassed by some people. This that is oh wow. List of parties of concern. In the event a company, entity, or person on one of the following lists appears to match a potential party. So this is a list directly to the US government here. I don't think I'm going to cover that in this video, but I suggest you guys to read this personally on your time. I'm going to go back. So that is important, guys. This is it, guys. This is important to know. And let's go back and continue. Number 18, reservation of rights and feedback. Except as expressly provided under these terms, Microsoft does not grant you a license or any other rights of any type under any patents, know-how, copyrights, trade secrets, trademarks, or other intellectual property owned or controlled by Microsoft or any related entity, including but not limited to any name, trade dress, logo, or equivalents. If you give to Microsoft any idea, proposal, suggestion, or feedback, including without limitation ideas for new products, technologies, promotion, product names, product feedback, and product improvements, you give to Microsoft without charge, royalties, or other obligation to you the right to make, have made, create derivative works, use, share, and commercialize your feedback in any way and for any purpose. You will not give feedback that is subject to a license that requires Microsoft to license its software, technologies, or documentation to any third party because Microsoft includes your feedback in them. Oh, that is good to know that things like that could be a problem. So thank you very much, Microsoft, for putting this out there for us to understand. And next, notice and procedure for making claims of intellectual property infringement. Microsoft respects the intellectual property rights of third parties. If you wish to send a notice of intellectual property infringement, including claims of copyright infringement, please use our procedures for submitting notices of infringement. Only inquiries relevant to this procedure will receive a response. Microsoft uses the processes set out in Title 17, United States Code Section 512 to respond to notices of copyright infringement. In appropriate circumstances, Microsoft may also disable or terminate accounts of users of Microsoft services who may be repeat infringers. Alright, so if you are a repeat infringers, Microsoft can terminate you. And it is already here in the agreement right here. Notices and procedures regarding intellectual property concerns in advertising. Please review our intellectual property guidelines. There's a link there regarding intellectual property concerns on our advertising network. Next, copyright and trademark notice. The services are copyright Microsoft Corporation and or its suppliers. One Microsoft Way, and there's an address here. All rights reserved. The terms incorporate Microsoft trademark, mark, and brand guidelines. There's a link there as well, as amended from time to time. Microsoft and the names, logos, and icons of all Microsoft products, software, and services may be either unregistered or registered trademarks of the Microsoft Group of companies in the United States and or other jurisdictions. The following is a non-exhaustive list of Microsoft's trademarks. Okay, there's a link there. The names of actual companies and products may be the trademarks of their respective owners. Any rights not expressly granted in these terms are reserved. Certain software used in certain Microsoft website servers is based in part on the work of the independent JPEG group. Copyright 91 to 96. Thomas G. Lane. All rights reserved. GNU plot software used in certain Microsoft website servers is copyright 1986 to 1993, Thomas Williams, Colin Kelly, all rights reserved. So these are the open source heroes, guys. Next, medical notice. Microsoft does not provide medical or any other healthcare advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified healthcare provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition, diet, fitness, or wellness program. Never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of information you accessed on or through the services. That could be dangerous, guys. As much as things are so good now, because of the internet, the ease of access to medical information and stuff, it still could be misleading, and the brain of the people is the one that is misleading them because they got all of this knowledge, right? All of this knowledge can make people feel smart, much smarter than before, and they would be right. But again, with the knowledge also comes the disproportionate positioning or perception of, because they've regained a new position in reality. The new position is not they how would a person pinpoint where they are in the intellectual hierarchy of matters, right? In the truth. So new knowledge gives you new status, but is it really a better one or a worse one? Because sometimes you thought you knew, you don't know. Even while watching this video could put you in a worse position because you thought, oh, Melky is reading it well, I get a good understanding on this stuff. Well, probably you are not. Probably you got the wrong information or wrong understanding. Probably I didn't even say anything wrong, but you got the wrong impression or something. You could be in a worse position, while in a certain aspect there's an illusion because you definitely got yourself in a better position because of watching this video. Or so so guys, that's the risk right there. It's just, well, but in everything, in every progress of our life, we changes our position, right? And then after that, to be back in the topic, back in the context, always seek advice of your physician and other qualified healthcare provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition, diet, fitness, or wellness program. At the very top there, Microsoft does not provide medical or any other healthcare advice, diagnosis, or treatment. And then never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of information you accessed on or through the services. Okay, next, stock quotes and index data. Oh guys, this is a little bit the same as well. Financial information, including index values. Financial information provided through the services is for your personal non-commercial use only. You may not use any of the finance data or marks of any third-party licensor in connection with the issuance, creation, sponsorship, trading, marketing, or promotion of any financial instruments or investment products. Or you embedded it. You do it in conjunction with each other as if it endorses each other, or you're presenting it to people as this speaks to this, while actually probably Microsoft is not endorsing it. That could be a problem to Microsoft as well. Yeah, or I don't know, nuances guys. And then for example, indices, derivatives, structured products, investment products, exchange traded funds, investment portfolios, where the price, return, and or performance of the instrument or investment products is based on, related to, or intended to track any of the finance data without a separate written agreement with the third-party licensor. So let me read this again with the in bracket part. With the issuance, creation, sponsorship, trading, marketing, or promotion of any financial instrument, you may not use any of the finance data or marks of any third-party licensor in connection with the issuance, creation, sponsorship, trading, marketing, or promotion of any financial instruments or investment products without a separate written agreement with the third-party licensor. Why is this? This is third party. Which third party? Financial information provided through the services is for your personal use. You may not use any of the finance data of any third party without a separate written agreement with the third party licensor. In these services, right? They're in the context of these services, supposedly, right? Through the services, okay? Through the services. Financial notice. So that is a specific rule. It is not like a disclaimer. It's not like, no, you should talk to the third party or and stuff. It is more like, uh, no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, I mean, it's not like they're like, the Microsoft was like, okay, I am not going to be dealt with that. Uh, if you do that, it's not related to us. No, they are being specific about you should do this, you should do that. So that's definitely in the law. It's something that is supposed to be done. And then next, text notice. Please review our text notification page. Wow, so wait a minute. Back to that previous one. So if I kind of make an like an MLM presentation about, oh, I am going to be making you a lot of money. Take a look at this data from this guy that I access through Microsoft, and then here is the reason why you would become rich if you do this and you follow me and you do this and this that I instructed you and pay me money. But a lot of people do that as well, because and a lot of people make money out of that. So that is Microsoft here saying that they are all illegal? It is illegal to do that? Or am I making a mistake? You know what, guys? I don't know. I could be making mistake with this, but my impression would be Microsoft is saying it is, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to, like, legally speaking. Wait a minute. That is too strong. That is too strong. Microsoft isn't a broker, right? First of all. And doesn't advise individuals as to the advisability of investing in, purchasing, or selling securities. Nothing contained in the services is an offer or solicitation to buy or sell any security. What was that? Wait a minute, guys. Stock quotes. This is talking about stock quotes. Let me go back to that. I've skipped a section. Financial information provided through the services is for your personal, non-commercial only. You may not use any of the finance data or marks of any third-party licensor in connection with the issuance, creation, sponsorship. Right? Like my MLM presentation example. Without a separate written agreement with the third-party licensor. Surely that is illegal, right? Microsoft isn't a broker or dealer. I do believe that. But again, this is not a professional assurance, right? Microsoft isn't a broker or dealer or registered investment advisor in the United States federal securities law or securities laws of other jurisdictions, and doesn't advise individuals as to the advisability of investing in, purchasing, or selling securities or other financial products or services. Nothing contained in the services is an offer or solicitation to buy or sell any security. Neither Microsoft nor its licensors of stock quotes or index data endorse or recommend any particular financial products or services. Endorse or recommend any particular financial products or services. Nothing in the services is intended to be professional advice, including without limitation investment or tax advice. Tax notices. Please review our tax notification page. There's a link there for U.S. state and local sales use tax information. Notice about the H.264 AVC and VC1 video standards. The software may include H.264 AVC and or VC1 codec technology that is licensed by MPEGLA LLC. Okay, cool. This is cool. This technology is a format for data compression of video information. MPEGLA LLC requires this notice. This product is licensed under the H.264 AVC and the VC1 patent portfolio licenses for the personal and non-commercial use of a consumer to A. encode video in compliance with the standards or video standards and or the code H.264 AVC and VC1 video that was encoded by a consumer engaged in a personal and non-commercial activity and or was obtained from a video provider licensed to provide such video. No license is granted or shall be applied for any other use. Additional information may be obtained from MPEGLA LLC. See the MPEGLA website. There's a link there, mpegla.com. Something that I notice here is that you get to decode using this library, I guess, right? That was obtained from a video provider licensed to provide such video. Licensed to provide video encoded by MPGLA. Now, what if they don't? How do we know? How do we know? It's not easy to know. What? This could be this. Why is this not an address? This is not addressed. I'm not sure about this. For clarification purposes only, this notice does not limit or inhibit the use of the software provided under these terms for normal business uses that are personal to that business, which do not include 1. Redistribution of the software to third parties, or 2. Creation of material with the video standards. Compliant technologies for distribution to third parties. I don't get it. Creation of material with the video standards, compliant technologies for distribution to third parties. Oh, this like what is this video standards? Is there a standard? Is there a standard? MPGLA is referring to the standard, right? There's no link or whatsoever. And then it doesn't want you to use other people's video that was not decoded, that was not properly licensed for this like presentation purposes, right? For business presentation purposes or commercial, or probably using that in video sharing website or something like that. Next, notice about the H.265 HEVC video standard. The software may include H.265 HEVC coding technology. Access Advanced LLC requires this notice. If included, the H.265 HEVC technology in this software is covered by one or more claims of the HEVC patents listed at patentlist.accessadvance.com. There's a link there. Depending on how you obtain the software, this product may be licensed under the HEVC Advanced Patent Portfolio. If this software is installed on a Microsoft device, additional licensing information can be found at aka. And there's a link there. If this software is installed in a Microsoft device, additional licensing information, what software? MPGLA? MPG, sorry, H265 HEVC? A lot of software uses this video standard. So this is the video standard that was referred to, right? Depending on how you obtain the software, this product may be licensed under the HEVC Advanced Patent Portfolio. If this software is installed on a Microsoft device, additional licensing information can be found at that. Yes, yes, obviously, obviously. Okay, let's read it. Virtual patent marking for H265 HEVC video standard. Microsoft hardware products incorporating H265 HEVC technology, including Surface, Xbox, and HoloLens, are covered by one or more claims of the HEVC patents listed on the Access Advanced website. View the HEVC patent list. Excuse me. For the most up-to-date list of patents in the HEVC Advanced Patent Pool, please download the file below. You can also find this file under HEVC Advanced Patent Pool resources on the HEVC Advanced page. And there's the patent list. Okay, before I download anything, I have to read the terms and conditions of this one. So, I'm going to escape. Microsoft hardware products incorporating are covered by one or more claims. What is the context? If the software is installed on a Microsoft device, additional licensing information can be found. But this licensing is patent in particular. This is wait a minute. What is the real example of this? It seems like this happens even at our level. Okay, next, standard application license terms for applications offered in the United